Sup, y'all? We're back. Has it been over a year since we last went live? I don't, not live, but um, yeah, it's been a while, and it's November because the World Series went later, so it's been over a year, but it's okay. It was well worth it because guess what, Paddington? The Astros are
Um,
champs.
sure.
Yeah, the Astros are World Series champions. The Mets not. And we'll kind of dive into why later. But let's recap the World Series. How about that? Um,
Sure.
World Series, Phillies, Astros. I mean, I know both of us don't like the Phillies,
hmm
but I'm gonna be honest. I thought the Phillies were gonna win just because it's another NL East team. We've seen the story two times. Who did you have winning the World Series?
I said the Astros, but I said the Phillies, but I wanted the Astros to win.
Okay, yeah, same here, same here. And the Phillies were like on top of everything at the time. They whooped San Diego, and it wasn't even close. San Diego whooped the Dodgers, and it wasn't really that close. And then the Phillies whooped them. So by transitive property, the Phillies were, they were high up there. And then Game One. What did you think about Game One? I wasn't watching Game One because I went to Chick Fil A, and then Chick Fil A didn't get my order, so I had to show them my order number. But then my phone was dead, so I had to log on my iPad at Chick Fil A, and I've never felt so ashamed because I felt really yeah.
All right. So game one, Kyle Tucker hits 2 home runs. The Astros' main source of offense, and then they just blow a 5-0 lead.
Not
Obviously, when you
not they. Justin
Justin Verlander,
Verlander. Yeah, don't put the others into this.
sorry.
This was all Justin Verlander.
Then in the top of the 10th, JT Realmuto with a overall game-winning home run over the
Personally, for me,
right
that
field
doesn't
wall.
that home run doesn't count because if you actually go on Statcast, that does not leave Citizens Bank Park. So that's a Mickey Mouse home run, in my opinion. So game one is mainly a tie. Funny story about the first home run. I was on the train to Chick Fil A, and this one kid, I think, because it was like near Halloween time, dude was like, he had his candy, but his mom was holding it, and he was trying to get it, and he was so annoying about it. He was like crying, screaming, and then when Kyle Tucker hit the home run, he was like rolling on the ground on the train. I was like, ew, that's nasty. And I saw in play runs. I was like, let's go, and it was so awkward because he was on the ground, and I was right in front of him, and yeah, I felt bad about it, but I mean, I thought it was a wrap from there. And Aaron Nola, this whole series did not really show up. But speaking of showing up, Framber Valdez, let's recap game two right now. I watched this one, so I could talk about this one. Framber absolutely shoving for the whole, 7 innings, I think, or six and one third.
6 1/3.
Yeah. Um, Last year, I mean, that's what we kind of expected last year because the Braves had the highest ground ball percentage. The Astros had a top three defense last year, and Fromber had the highest ground ball percentage. I thought Fromber was going to cook against the Braves last year. That was not the case, but this year he came through. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Fromber actually sucked in 2019. Fromber, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I love you. I love you. But he did. And he said in 2020 that his success came because he started seeing a therapist. And I swear, with every therapy session, this dude is getting even better. I thought he was, I mean, you remember that screenshot, right? I thought Farmer was going to be top three in Cy Young in 2021 because of 2020. I mean,
hmm
this year, he could have been, to be honest, with that quality start streak, he could have been. But it wasn't the case. Um, but he was cooking all year. He continued cooking throughout the postseason. In my opinion, he after game two's performance, he could have been um, MVP. And then Zach Wheeler, dude, straight up. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, the Mets got fleeced," right? He was on the Mets, and then they took him from the Mets, and like the Mets looked dumb for not keeping him. And he almost won Cy Young last year, and then he came in to the world. I mean, we thought Nola Wheeler was gonna be a crazy punch because Nola went like perfect for 6 innings against the Astros in the regular season. We cooked Nola. It's just JV got cooked as well. We cooked Wheeler in game one. Three doubles in the first 5 pitches. We needed that after such a demoralizing loss. Um, and then Breggy hit the home run. The thing I noticed about Wheeler though is that this dude is efficient. He was only like 60 something pitches when he got pulled in game two. So
69 pitches to be exact.
nice. So that was really interesting. I don't know how you guys deal with him all year because you guys face him a lot more than the Astros face them. But I mean, if he was cooking against you guys, actually, no, the Mets aren't
No,
really
he
that
wasn't.
good. Like he had that like one streak of like
We
two
went
consecutive
nine
games,
and
right?
zero against Nola and Wheeler this year.
Oh, did y'all really? Oh, then
Mm-hmm.
maybe he's just cooking against the rest of the division because he has good numbers. I guess not against the Mets.
Last year was when he was actually owning us. Because
Last year he
when they
almost
retired
won.
Roy Halladay's number, he almost threw a perfect game.
Yeah, that cannot be us, unfortunately. But game three. Do we have to talk about game three? We don't have to talk about game three, right? Game three was,
Um,
you know,
I mean, Game 3 got delayed, so
yeah, and we could just skip it over in the recaps. All we really know is that Lance McCullers Jr. became the first hitter to hit 5 home runs in a game. So props to you, Lance. Congratulations. He's a great pitcher too. I don't know if you know this. So
oh, I do.
Shohei, you got some competition. I don't see Shohei hitting 5 home runs in a game like that. But yeah, it was really bad. I ended up going to office hours and I was watching the game in office hours. Um, and I turned it off after Schwarber hit that home run. And I thought it couldn't get worse than that. I was like, this is rock bottom, right? 4 home runs. Brandon Marsh hit a home run. Like, there's no way they weren't cheating if Brandon Marsh is hitting a home run. I'm sorry, but Brandon Marsh is not. You're not that guy, Brandon. Um, and then Reese Hoskins, future Astro, hit a home run as well. Game four. Let's talk. I'll let you have game four, even though I wanted to talk about it, but I'll let you have it.
All right. Game 4, the second combined no-hitter for the Astros this season. Second in World Series history. Christian
First
Javier started
combined no
that
hitter actually in World Series
first
history.
combined no-hitter in World Series history. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. Christian Javier starts both combined no-hitters for them. This was extremely efficient. He probably could have won another inning if he really wanted to,
No,
but
absolutely
but
not. I was
when you have people like Brian Abreu and Rafael Montero backing you up, it's kind of easy to pull them.
yeah, just a subtle dig though, really quick. We're not paying Brian Abreu or Rafael Montero $20 million, so we'll talk about that later. But
I
um,
mean, the Mets aren't either, but
yeah, but we'll bring that for later.
Anyways, on the Philly side of things, Aaron Nola, 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned. It's not the ideal start you want for your number 2 guy. Could potentially be your ace. Overall, choking in the World Series. It's just you don't want that to happen. You don't plan for that to happen, but it just happens. And
Speaking
then,
of Aaron Nola, actually, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I just got the notification that the Phillies have exercised his club option for 2023. So I didn't know he
$18
had an
million.
option. So he'll be with the Phillies next year. Have fun with
Anthony
that.
Rizzo also just opted out too.
Oh, he did. Rizzo opted out.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm not getting any of these
Mm-hmm.
notifications. Okay, you're the news guy then. Well, we'll talk about the free agents later on. That's gonna be really fun. I have not thought about it yet, just because of the 5 day exclusive period. But we will talk about that. And yeah, what were you saying? Sorry.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where I was going with the last part of that, but
You want to talk game
Game
five?
five was close. 1-1 after the first. Schwarber hitting a leadoff homer as he does. Astros get another run in the fourth, and then another one in the eighth. Trey Mancini saving the game practically in the eighth, and then Chas McCormick, overall the sealer for the second out in the ninth. Overall clinched it for the Astros in Game 5.
Yeah. I gotta ask. you're a Mets
Hmm.
fan. Noah Syndergaard last year, I think you were the one who brought it up. He said he'd be honored to be in a Mets uniform.
I
Ends up
did.
signing with the
It would be a tough pill
Angels.
to swallow for him not to be a Met.
Yeah,
That's his exact words.
ends up signing with the Angels, which is already like it's really a gut punch after that quote. But then he ends up being traded to your division rivals, the
Hmm.
Phillies. He was kind of cooked, but when Jeremy Pena hit that Mickey Mouse home run, what were you feeling?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch the game other than in the ninth inning. I really didn't watch the playoffs after the Mets got eliminated. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
See how it is.
I did see the highlight of it. It was a wall scraper. I'm not gonna lie, but
I didn't have sound on. I was live streaming. Which, by the way, speaking of live streaming, TikTok, please unban me. I don't know why they keep banning me for like they say hateful behavior. I don't hate on anybody except Justin Verlander. Okay, so yeah, I was live streaming, so I didn't want to play it with the sound on because I just I didn't. And the way that Jeremy Pena hit that up, like it had a lot of launch angle. I didn't even think it was gonna hit. I didn't think it was gonna be hit hard. I didn't think it was gonna go, but Schwarber kept trailing. I think if Schwarber was a little faster, then I would have reacted faster. But he was really slow, so I didn't really know until the end. Um, and then I stopped watching because I had an exam. Justin Verlander, I thought he was cooked after the first at bat. Um, a lot of the narratives heading into that game was is Justin Verlander actually the choker that everyone says he is? And after game one, I mean, game one was his best chance to get a win, 5-0 lead. He had a no hitter going through like 2 innings, but still no hitter. I I think after the Schwarber home run, he kind of let that get to him. Like you could kind of see in his body language, he was like, "Oh shoot, maybe I'm not that guy. Like, is Kate actually gonna like Giselle on me or?" Okay, that sounds very weird. I was referring to Giselle like Tom Brady's wife. Okay, y'all, that sounded horrible.
okay then.
Pause. And like the line's gonna say that he did great, right? 5 innings, 1 run, but it was
Immediately
not
fine.
great at all. It was you put that performance up 9 out of 10 times you're getting shelled and you're not even reaching 5 innings. He had runners in scoring position in 4 of the 5 innings that he's pitched, and it came down to Nick Castellanos just being cooked. So JV, congratulations on your first win. I'm happy that you got it. But let's be honest. I hope he opts out. I don't know if the decision has been made right now. I'm trying to
It
remember.
hasn't yet.
I think he will opt out. I think that's obvious. He just got nominated for Cy Young. He's probably going to win that. I'm not a fan of paying 40-year-olds $25 million. I know some
Oh
people are
really?
fans of paying 40 million to 40-year-olds, but I
No.
personally am not a fan of contracts like that. So if he opts out, knowing like how bad he was towards the end, like it wasn't even just the World Series. He was cooked in Seattle or against Seattle, and against New York, he allowed a home run to Harrison Bader, and that was it. But like everyone was drunk. I don't know how you. So yeah, I hope he opts out. But he got the win. Good note to end it on. Yuli got hurt in Game 5. I hope he retires. He's a free agent right now. I think with how bad he was this season, that postseason was just a Mickey Mouse run for him. I'm glad he's gonna. I hope he ends it on that note, but yeah, he's cooked. So I hope he's gone. Too. I hope he retires. I don't want to see him in another uniform, and I don't want to see him in an Astros uniform. Um, Game 6, I can recap this one because this one was amazing. Uh, Framber Valdez again against Zach Wheeler, and Zach Wheeler this time was not cooked. His velo was back up. He had he was working everything. He broke 3 of our bats. I thought his game plan was to honestly force us to use the Albert Pujols bats and then get us disqualified or something. I don't know what was going on, but 3 bats broken in a span of 2 at bats is insane. He makes a play off of a broken bat, and he was cooking until the end. He hit Maldonado, Do you think that was well, what do you think about that? Did you watch that part?
No, I watched the from the sixth on to the
Okay.
clinch, obviously.
So there's a little bit of controversy because Maldonado pulled a Harrison Bader and he like stepped basically right next to the plate. He was still in the box and his hitting stance, batting stance. His arms are like this, and the ball's like right here. So he like kind of pulled it in, and they're like, "Oh, he's leaning into it." Guys, leaning into it is like 11 steals where you're sticking it out. Pulling it in is not leaning into it. In fact, you're like you're taking up less space when you're pulling in. So that was
I don't
not.
know how we missed that when we were recapping game one.
I forgot, to be honest. I don't want to remember game one. Okay, I was heated. Um, but yeah, Aledmus, I appreciate the effort, to be honest.
What was it? Bases, loaded or runners on second and third.
It was runners on second and third. Dude, David Peterson is it Peterson Robertson? One of them. Um,
David Robertson. Peterson's on the Mets.
extremely classless, dude. This dude said, "I'm just gonna spike one in the dirt, so you guys think you guys have hope, and I'm gonna crush it because it's Aledmus Diaz at the plate." Absolutely classless. Gave us fake hope. Made me think that we might win because Lemis Diaz, he was cooking last year. And then three out of the zone, one almost hits Alemis. The other actually does hit Alemis, but he's not awarded for it. But yeah, we'll Alemis, we're gonna forget about that just because you're a world champion now. Um, but yeah, and then Maldonado was not leaning in my opinion. He gets on Altuve, fielder choice, gets on. Jeremy Pena up the line or up the middle. Altuve gets a second, and then you said Wheeler was out after 69 pitches in Game Two. He had 70 pitches in Game Six. So this guy, I don't know what he does, but last year he was an innings machine, right? This year, I mean, during the World Series, he didn't throw a lot of pitches.
I mean, he started the year off hurt, so that might have played a factor into it.
Yeah, he might.
Only pitched 153 innings compared to his 200 close to last year.
Well, the thing is, the Phillies were buns last year. I don't know why you would use your ace that much. Everyone's like, "Oh, Wheeler pitched a lot more innings. He should get the Cy Young over Corbin Burns." I mean, all that tells me is that your manager sucks and he's overusing your ace for no reason. Your games are over.
I mean,
Uh,
it's similar to the same thing with Sandy Alcantara. He pitched almost 300 innings because he goes 9 innings every start. Then they were out of it in mid-July or something.
yeah, that's
No reason to pitch him.
not smart. Yeah, but Alcantara might actually win the world.
Oh, he probably is because he's just that
Yeah,
good. But
yeah, but Corbin Burns was. I'm gonna say it. Corbin Burns was near Jacob DeGrom good last year, so there was no chance Wheeler was gonna take that at all. Um, and then yeah, he was cooked to begin the year. He was cooked to end the year. A lot of people were upset about taking him out, just like when Rob Thompson took Nola out in Game 4.
just like Kevin Cash took out Blake Snell in Game 6.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the situation surrounding the Kevin Cash one in 2020. I was a bit of a casual at the time, so I didn't.
So Blake Snell had,
I
I
knew he was. I knew he
think,
was cooking. I just don't know the analytical reason
yeah,
for it.
he had a no hitter and he was coming around the third part of the lineup and he gave up a hit. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so I don't know why analytically because for Wheeler I get it. His velo goes down pretty linearly when he pitches more. I'll put the chart up here maybe for y'all to see, not for Paddington. Paddington can't see it, but it goes down
Mm.
pretty linearly. And Wheeler, his velo was down in Game 2 and he got cooked. So I kind of get it for Wheeler. I don't think it was a bad decision. I think it just played out badly, and that just happens sometimes. I mean, I'm not complaining. I think Jordan, just with that swing, kind of erased Howie Kendrick and Jorge Soler. So, we could just forget about 2019 and 2021 now. Four-time champions, I guess, by default. Um, but I don't. I don't see the reason for taking Snell out except for the third time through arguments, which I don't buy it too much just because I haven't done the research myself. But yeah, who was the other one we were talking about? Oh yeah, Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola got taken out. He was cooked. Jordan is good. I don't see the issue. Was that you or me?
That was me. That the motorcycle just drove by my house.
I was like, I thought it was like some echo. But yeah, all in all, absolute monster home run, 450 dead center, literally above the fern. And from there, it was all she wrote. The Astros are your World Series champions, y'all. Um, and now we head into the offseason. The Mets are super classless. They didn't even let us celebrate until the parade. They straight up decided to drop a bombshell signing for no reason and didn't even let us have our moment. But I guess you can talk
I
about
mean,
that.
on the bright side, there was 2 million people at the parade today. So
Actually, how do you know that? Because I know a lot of
I
people like,
saw it on MLB. MLB tweeted it out.
because I know some people, some Philly fans were like, oh, there would have been more fans in 4 a.m. in Philadelphia than whatever.
I
Um,
mean, to be fair, they probably would have been.
yeah, but they're all fake fans. So let me just say this really quick about Philly fans. I'm gonna take one last dig. Did you see the Kyle Tucker controversy with the Philly fans?
I don't think so.
Kyle Tucker during the pre-World Series like interviews, he was like, "Oh, I hope we could just win it in four, but they're a
Oh,
really good team, so it might
I
go
did see
longer."
that.
And they got upset. Like, how do you get upset? I'm sorry, Philly fans. If you expect to lose, you're gonna lose, and that's what happened. We expected to win. He said it might drag out a little longer because the Phillies are the Phillies were for a moment a good team, um, and yeah, I don't Philly fans. You guys are a bunch of losers. You guys left your own a World Series game. I don't get how you guys could do that. Um, Especially in a historic World Series game. Like I don't care who's getting no hit. I'm watching that no hitter. I was there when Ross Stripling almost no hit the Orioles, or he almost perfect gamed the Orioles, and I was cheering really loudly when he lost it. But you know, um, I don't see how you guys could leave a game early. I also sat through a 14-2 loss against the Oakland Athletics, the freaking Oakland Athletics, knowing that I had to run back home to submit an assignment at midnight. I had every reason to leave early. I did not. So Philly fans, you guys are fake. And yeah, what were we talking about before that? Oh yeah, yeah, just Kyle Tucker.
Free agency.
Okay, the Mets signing Edwin Diaz. I think a lot of Astros fans know just because the Astros are a top two front office, in my opinion. We've seen a lot of master classes they put out. $20 million for a reliever is not the way to go, in my opinion. It might end up well. He pitched really well this year. I'm not taking anything away from that. Edwin Diaz was the best closer in baseball, one of the best seasons by a reliever in history. But $21 million for a guy who pitches one inning every 2-3 days is not the way to go. I'd rather take Ryan Presley's contract than that, obviously. But I'll let you have at it, Paddington. It's your team. You can talk.
I know you don't follow Andy Martino, obviously, but he's a Mets beat reporter. But so an important detail about Edwin Diaz's contract is 26.5 of his contract is deferred. So his AAV is more down to like 15ish with that money being deferred. So he's still probably making 20 million this year just because of the 12 million signing bonus. But um, with that money being deferred, it makes the contract lengthier in a way because he can still opt out after year 3. But if he doesn't, obviously, he still has that club option in year 6 for 20 million. So with that money being deferred, it spreads out the money. So we have more leeway with the luxury tax, even though we're probably going over again. So
I'm pretty sure. I thought you guys were already over to start the year. To be honest,
we're
um,
close to it.
Kendall Graveman is 31 years old for reference, y'all. Because last year I was upset that we didn't give Kendall Graveman a 3-year contract because we gave Hector Neris the same AAV with 1 year less. He got the Astros didn't want to give him 3 years. Edwin Diaz, if he gets that sixth year, he's under contract till he's 34. That's that's a huge commitment. A lot of money into that commitment for a guy who's great. I mean, last year I said he was really unlucky, and he is elite. I just think with relievers, it's not even just that they don't pitch a lot too. It's they're very volatile. Like, what did Liam Hendricks do this year? He was the best closer for like a good 2 years, and then he kind of dipped a little. He's still great. He just it's really volatile. Josh Hader is another example, one of the best. Just absolutely cooked this season towards the until the end. Same thing with Rizal Iglesias. He got a huge contract, got cooked towards the end. The end. Relievers are just really volatile, so I wouldn't take that risk. It could work out. Don't get me wrong, it could work out. It's just not a smart move in general. But again, I don't think the Lindor or Scherzer contract was a smart move either. So Steve Cohen is just flexing on us. Uh, I had a really good point to bring up, and then I forgot it.
Go.
Oh, yeah.
While you think about it, going back to that contract, his 6 year option is a club option. So if he doesn't opt out of his player option in 2026, he still has that club option to bounce back on. And if the Mets don't think it was a good contract, they can just, decline his club option, obviously. But, you know,
I usually don't make statements early just because I know I've seen a lot of people get clipped on and it bounces back. Like that one dude who said that NL East is over. I usually don't.
Sal Licata or something.
Yeah, I would never want to end up like him. So I usually don't say this, but I will say it right now: 6 years ahead, 5 years ahead. That club option is not getting exercised. There's no chance it's getting exercised. I
Gene
think,
Segura got his club option declined. He's a free
yeah, I
agent.
saw that in that tweet as well. I just didn't think it was relevant enough to talk about.
I mean, with Trey Turner being a free agent, all the Philly fans want Trey Turner in Philadelphia. And with Gene Segura being gone, now that really helps them get him. But I also saw the Mets are going to try to push hard for Trey Turner too. Over the last 24 hours, they were looking at Trey Turner and really
That
trying
sounds
to
like
see
tampering. I hope you guys
ways.
know. I hope the Mets know that they still can't talk
No,
to other
no,
players right now. That sounds
they weren't.
illegal.
They weren't talking to him. They were thinking of ways that they can get him in. So like, pause. But they're trying to figure out ways that they can try to appeal to Trey Turner to make him come to New York over a place like Philly, the Yankees, obviously,
Unfortunately,
because
Trey Turner is an Astro, but it's cute that you guys are trying. Um,
I don't
but yeah,
think
what I
I
was
don't
gonna
think he's an
say,
Astro.
he's an Astro. It's already like it's done. Like we are tampering, we're cheaters, so we got away with it. My inside sources within the Astros say that Trey Turner's already signed the contract. We're just waiting until the tampering period is over to announce it. Guys, this is false. So don't I'm kidding. So before y'all like actually source me or something, my only inside source is with the Braves, and to be honest, I had no idea about the Hilliard trade, so my source isn't that active. Um, but yeah, I was gonna say you could get one Aaron with two Edwins. So, and I'll be honest,
What?
I'd rather have one Aaron because Aaron's gonna play for 9 innings for like 150 games probably. And by Aaron, I mean I hope you know what I'm talking about, right, Paddington?
I mean, I didn't understand what you were talking about, and now I do.
So I'm just saying I'd rather have one Aaron Judge, $42 million
Oh,
for 5 years. I think he'll
I
take.
thought you were
I'll think
talking
he'll
about
take that.
Aaronola.
Oh no! Why would you pay Aaron Nola forty-two
I mean,
million dollars?
I mean, he's getting 18, so it's basically 42.
No. um, but yeah, you could have one Aaron Judge, 5 years, 42 AAV. I think he'll take that. To be honest, he's 30. He doesn't have as much leverage as people think. Than to Edwin Diaz. To be honest with you guys. Um, so if you're aiming for Aaron Judge, I don't see why you would do that to Edwin Diaz first. But we'll see
I
how it
mean,
plays out.
Cohen said he's not bidding for Aaron Judge until yeah.
And that sounded like the most loser thing ever. It sounded like he was trying to like show some class or something. He was like, that was like so stupid. Like just take your opponent's guys.
He is a classy guy. He did
He's a
invite
really good
Edwin
guy.
for dinner.
He tweeted about Lindor getting hurt by a door, did he? Like,
I don't think he did.
I'm
I
pretty sure
don't think he did.
I'm pretty sure he did. I want to see if I can look it up.
I don't think he did.
Steve Cohen, Lindor.
While you do that, I'm gonna go get my chocolate chips. So, what is that?
All right, cool. Yeah, dude, that is so loud. Oh my gosh, that hurts so bad. Never do that again. Because my headphones are like jacked up right now. Because I could, yeah. Steve Cohen on June 2nd, 2022. That was this year. He tweeted Lindor just got hurt by a door. Iconic or ironic. Personally, if my owner tweeted that about me, I'm demanding a trade right away.
Sucks to be him. He has a no trade clause.
And speaking of Aaron Judge, a no trade clause does not mean he can't demand a trade, right? It
Doesn't
means
matter.
he can reject the trade.
Right,
Speaking of Aaron Judge, another bidder for Aaron Judge is the San Francisco Giants. And it's weird because my source is telling me that the Braves are working to. Let's just say the Braves are working on something with the Giants that you would not expect a team who's trying to trade for or who's trying to sign Aaron Judge to, make that move. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get anyone in trouble. And my source also says the Braves are broke right now. They don't have
And they are.
money to get Dansby Swanson. Everyone's saying Dansby's going to stay. Everyone's saying, oh, maybe DeGrom's going to head to Atlanta. Guys, that's simply not happening. Sorry. You guys are going to love Sam Hilliard, though. He's got great exit velocity numbers. And to be honest, I'm kind of high on Hilliard. But speaking of DeGrom, then, did he opt out yet? Today's the opt-out day, right?
Him and Taiwan Walker opted out.
Okay, no one cares about Taiwan Walker, though. DeGrom is not a Met anymore, I think. And I think teams would be dumb to take DeGrom because he's 34. He's wanting a big contract, obviously. He has injury issues. And he was kind of cooked towards the end of the season. So, if I'm the
Dylan Bundy
Astros,
had a $14 million club option. Excuse me.
who?
Dylan Bundy.
Who the heck is that? Oh no, he was on the Twins, right? Did they
Mhm.
exercise it?
No, they declined it. Obviously.
Yeah, I would decline it too. He's kind of fun.
And Josh Harrison declined his player option. Oh no, it was a club option.
I expected that too. And Orodon opted out. We have so many free agents this year.
Tommy Pham too.
Don't care about him, to be honest. But yeah, DeGrom. If I'm the Astros, I mean we already have a stacked rotation, but we're probably gonna lose Verlander. I'm not even looking at Jacob DeGrom. I'm not even giving him a call. He's gonna be an overpay no matter what, probably. He's a huge risk. He's high reward, but I don't think that reward's gonna pan out. Where do you think he's gonna go to?
Hold on, I'm looking at something.
Okay. I need to set a note to edit out the.
October 4th, DeGrom will be an Astro for $5 million by Gordon.
I never said that.
That you did.
Send me the link to that. I never said. Wait, don't send me it yet though. Don't send me it yet though, because no. Screenshot. Wait, screenshot and text it to me, but don't text it yet because right now my notifications are so loud it's burning my ear.
I will. I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I was gonna imply.
Oh yeah, you were gonna spam me with a bunch of notifications to
Hmm.
just DM it to me then. DM it to me because I don't get that for DMs. Guys, I never said that. You guys know the Ronald Acuna tweet? Um,
Anyways, back to Jacob DeGrom. Obviously,
okay, $5 million
he's
is
either he's either going to stay with the Mets, or I think he goes down south to Texas. No,
I
not the
think the
Astros.
Rangers
The
are
Rangers.
looking for. Uh,
The Rangers are looking for everything. Let's be real here.
yeah, I don't know how, I don't see how you're gonna spend $500 million on your middle infield just to still suck. Like, did they even get third? Like, were they even ahead of the Angels, who were just on a
I think
tanking
so.
fest? They were
Just because the
absolutely
Angels
buns.
were
And somebody
horrible.
said, somebody commented recently, "You're not ready for
Oh
the
no,
run the Rangers are gonna go
neither.
on." I don't think the
They were
Rangers are
fourth.
ready for the run either.
They were only 8
Yeah,
games better than the A's.
they're absolute buns. I think the A's are buns too. Actually, I was gonna say something nice about the A's, but I just
The A's don't even have any guaranteed contracts for next year.
I mean,
Like they don't have a guaranteed player for next
to be
year.
honest, I know a lot of people hate tanking. Clint Frazier just signed with some.
If you
I don't
saw
know
me
who he
laughing
signed with.
earlier, that's what I was laughing at.
Clint Frazier.
Hmm.
The Photoshop looks so funny. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't like tanking, but to be honest, I'm a huge proponent of going all in or all out. And the Braves, not the Braves, the A's are going all out. So good for them. They're gonna go all out, and then in a few years go all in. I don't see what's wrong with that. I get that the people of Oakland don't like it. Sucks for you guys. Um, that's what you guys get. You guys were not very nice to me, so screw you guys. I don't feel bad for you guys at all. I will enjoy watching the Astros sweep you guys in Oakland. But yeah,
Speaking of tanking, earlier they posted the draft lottery odds. So I'll just go through those real quick.
do we have a lottery?
Yeah, it
Oh, for
got
real?
implemented. Hmm.
Yeah.
So Nationals, A's, and the Pirates are tied. They each have a 16.5% chance of getting the first overall pick, followed by the Reds with 13.2, then the Royals with 10, the Tigers with 7.5, the Rangers with 5.5, the Rockies 3.9, Marlins 2.7, Angels 1.8, Diamondbacks 1.4, Cubs 1.1, and then the Twins, Red Sox, White Sox, Giants, Orioles, everybody out after that, less than a 1% chance of getting the first overall pick.
I hope you know I'm not remembering any of that.
Doesn't matter. Just know the
Unfortunately,
Nationals, the A's, and the Pirates have the best chance of getting the first overall pick.
just know that the Astros are just going to hack into the system and get the first overall pick. So
I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't either. Actually, no, that's the Cardinals thing to do. The Cardinals literally did hack into our database, and that's why we got J.K. McJovic. So, I mean, how crazy would that be, though, if the Astros got the first overall pick after losing their first and second for 2 years? Um, I mean, I don't watch college ball. Is there anyone like promising this year? I know last year there was
I couldn't tell you.
Drew Jones, and the year before there was Jack Leader or Kamal Rocker, former future Met. Uh, so
Hold on, Mom. I got more news here. So, if the Mets and the Dodgers exceed the initial competitive balance tax threshold of $230 million by more than 40 million, their picks will drop by 10 spots.
good.
It's just
That's amazing. I love that. Good. F the
specifically
Dodgers
the
and
Mets and
the Mets.
the Dodgers.
No, I think it's
So the
because
Mets will drop to 32, and then
were the
the
Mets
Dodgers will
above
drop to
luxury in
36.
2021?
Way above.
In
Not way
2021?
above, but they were above. Yeah.
Well, that's fine
They're
because it's your
barely
third
above.
year. I think it's because you're the only team that's 3 years. It's gonna be your third year if you guys do that. That's why. Um, I mean, do the Mets are the Mets really known for developing any talent? I mean, they did develop Rafael Montero.
Brendan
Not
Nimmo,
really, but
Jacob DeGrom, Noah
Jacob DeGrom is
Syndergaard,
buns. No Syndergaard is buns. Rafael Montero, unironically, if
Jurice
Jacob
Familia was
DeGrom
good.
if Jacob DeGrom is cooked next year, Rafael Montero might have the best season amongst the three, which would be amazing. Um, I don't know where Montero's gonna go though. I hope he stays. I have a picture with him. So yeah, who else? Okay, I'm gonna go on Spot Track to see other free agents.
I'm
But
already on it. So we have Carlos Correa, Trevor Bauer, David Price,
okay,
Jacob DeGrom.
let's talk about the shortstop thing. You guys got
All
Trey
right, let me.
Turner. You guys got
Mhm.
Carlos Correa. Nancy Swanson proved me wrong, unfortunately. And I just want to say right now, like I want to clear it up. Last year, when I said Nancy Swanson would be double A talent if he didn't attract women, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I was I was kind of down horrendously. I just wanted to reel in some Dance Me fangirls into my comment section. It ended up not being that. It ended up being like a bunch of dudes who had never seen Statcast, and then some girls, but they were like all basically underage, and I was like, I'm not messing with that. So it didn't work for me. But I just wanted to clear up why I said that. I love Dansby. I was a Dansby truther when he was in Arizona. Um, but at the same time, like his numbers weren't great. I wasn't lying about that part. This year, his numbers were great in the All Star game, heading into the All Star game, and he kind of fell off. So I think he'll be. I think he signs with the Dodgers. The Dodgers need a competent replacement for Trey Turner, but a monetarily feasible replacement for Trey Turner. They have Carlos Correa twice for some reason.
Because of his player option. Same with Xander Bogaerts.
Uh,
That's the only reason.
Trevor Bauer, dude's never gonna play again. How did like did the appeal even do anything? Like I think he's cooked. He's never playing again. I feel like.
I mean,
Um,
he's not playing this year, but next year he's he's there.
I think the suspension.
I feel like
This is
somebody's picking him up.
I don't think anyone's gonna pick him up. I think
I feel like somebody has to give him a shot.
I don't think so. I think we're in a point in time now that if you have any allegations on you, you're done. Like the
That's
Astros
not
picked
true.
Roberto
Marcelo
Osuna.
Zuna still plays baseball.
Yeah, but he was under contract. So I think once he's a
So
free
is
agent,
Trevor Bauer.
yeah, but I'm saying once Bauer's done with that contract, which he's very likely. I mean, if the suspension doesn't get appealed, he's done. Like the contract's over. Nobody's gonna pick up a free agent with those allegations. We saw with Roberto Osuna. We saw with Yasiel Puig. Where I think we're
That's
gonna
how we
see.
got allegations.
I think it was like at a basketball game, and he had an allegation for like domestic violence there, and that's why he's in Korea right now.
I mean, I know the Braves were about to pick up another criminal, but then he got COVID. So
Well, W COVID. um, so I don't think Trevor Bauer was ever gonna see another Major League Baseball. Um, but he's got content going for him right now. He's got a whole fan base of dudes who will just say free Bauer for no reason. I mean, don't get me wrong. The video that they released of that lady smiling, I'll be honest, it's it's a pretty bad look for her. But I still think with the backlash, it's just I don't see it happening. And that's just the world we live in right now. So I'm being realistic here. I'm not saying whether he should or shouldn't. I don't think he will. That's what I'm saying. Um, David Price, he's retiring, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I think Verlander's going to be a Mets. To be honest, the Mets are known for overpaying old
I
people.
mean, that's not the reason that he was going to be a Met, but If you want to take it that way, you can.
Okay,
Carlos Rodon, another person who opts out of his contract. I do think he's coming to the Mets too.
I think he's gonna be
Not
an
because
Astro actually.
not because of the Met bias, but
I think he's
honestly,
an Astro because of of the Astros bias. I mean,
I
guys,
think he comes to New York either way. I'm gonna be honest.
imagine facing Rodon and then Frommer. That's a deadly. We probably have the best lefty duo in baseball in Kyle Tucker and Jordan Alvarez, and we could have the best lefty pitching duo with Rodon and Frommer. Don't even don't even lie like that, Rodon. We can forgive you for all you said about the Astros. I mean, we beat you guys anyways after that in that season. Just come on over, Carlos. Um, do you think the Astros are even gonna give Carlos Correa a call? 'Cause I feel like it's kind of weird. Like, not even just like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Like, I feel like I don't know, because the Astros don't need a shortstop, but don't get me wrong, they could still upgrade. Like Jerry Pena was really mid for the regular season. He had an amazing postseason, one of the best postseasons I've seen. But he was really mid through the regular season. They could still upgrade him. I think for now they have to focus on first base, and then maybe the outfield, and then which is why I want Trey Turner. Trey Turner was kind of buns in the outfield, but he still played outfield and shortstop, so he gives that versatility.
You said Jeremy Pena, and I remembered the time when he ran into Jordan.
That's not funny.
It was hilarious because he
It
barely
was
hit
not.
Jordan and he just tumbled.
That's not funny. Why would you?
Jordan is such a crybaby. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you see the video of him getting carted out? And then,
I still haven't seen that video, but I bet it's hilarious.
no, because he didn't know. He almost fell off the cart because he didn't know where I was going. It was the funniest thing ever. But no, that's not funny. I don't know why you laugh at Jeremy Pena and not Carlos, and Jordan Alvarez getting rocked like that. I was very nervous actually because Jordan Alvarez is generational. Um,
I mean, you know who else is generational? Jason
Jason
Castro.
Castro. Yeah, okay, yeah. Wait.
-3 WRC plus is still beating the Mets.
That was literally the one thing I was thinking about because I think that was his last at bat too. Um, and I don't know who he went yard against, but
It was
that was
Bruce
the
Smith.
difference between the Mets being in the wild card series and being in the division series.
I mean, to be fair, every one of their 61 losses was the reason.
Yeah, but Jason Castro -3 weighted runs created plus. I think I think you can say that's your main reason for losing to the Padres in the wild card series. We can also talk about Joe Musgrove later, but we might not have that
I mean, we can talk
time.
about Joe Musgrove now.
Okay. Joe
I mean,
Musgrove.
we can make it real quick. He was obviously cheating. There's no doubt in my mind
I think
anymore.
his spin rate was very suspicious. I don't want to say he was cheating just because a lot of other pitchers had suspicious spin rates. Nicholas Jr. slider had suspicious spin rates. Bomber checked out.
Yeah, they were suspiciously
Bassett
low.
checked out. Zach Wheeler checked out. Aaron Nola did not check out. Ranger Suarez checked out. Verlander actually did check out. I was kind of hoping he was cheating, but he was not.
The difference is they check out or they were above, but you didn't see anything on their ear. Because when you sweat, nothing gets in your ear. There was obviously something in his ear. So
but we don't know if it's like I don't want to get sued.
I mean,
So I'm not gonna say
the
Joe
only
Musgrove was
person the
cheating. I'm
only
just
person
saying
that
something was up.
knows
Maybe it's
is
different
Joe
baseballs.
Musgrove.
Maybe it's different baseballs. I mean, it's the postseason. Maybe I'm not good. I'm not trying to get slandered here. So Joe, the fact is your spin rates were not consistent with your regular season spin rates. Um, whether that means you were cheating or whether it means the atmosphere is different, that is up for interpretation. So
The only true person that knows is Joe
Paddington,
Musgrove himself.
you're about to make me call a lawyer or something. Please
You can
calm
you
down.
can you can call him. You
You're
can
about to
call
get
him.
Mason unloaded suit out, dude. Like this is gonna be our last
I
episode.
don't care. I will
It's over
literally
for us.
DM Joe Musgrove after this and ask him for an interview. I
Let me let me see.
he's
Actually,
he's
I
not
want
going
to
to
pull.
answer, but
I already simulated the data. I'm just trying to see where. Okay, let's do mean analysis. What's going on
while
this
you
time?
do that, I'll talk about Korean baseball. So Juan Lagares is facing off against Yasiel Puig in the Korean series. Juan Lagares hits a game-winning two-run homer in one of the games. I'm pretty sure Yasiel Puig's team ended up winning the whole series, but it's
Isn't
baseball.
Lagares a position player?
Yeah,
Why was he facing off against?
he wasn't facing off; he was playing against his team.
Uh, okay, I messed up, y'all. Um, hold on, let me just Musgrove. I thought I simulated everything. Turns out I did not. So we could talk about my studies here once. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. We have it. So what I did for Joe Musgrove and a lot of other pitchers was based off how many of each pitch type he threw in um, the postseason. I simulated or I took random samples from the regular season of those pitches and saw how many of those samples had a median spin rate or mean spin rate above or equal to what he had in the postseason. So if it checks out, then it would be within that range. And literally, the bar is not high. All you have to do, hold on. All you have to do is have 5% of your samples check out, and that counts as checking out. Um, I took 100,000 samples, I think, maybe 10,000, 100,000, I think. Where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Post pitching usage. Okay, sorry. I took 100,000 samples. Zero of those samples, zero out of 100,000 samples for cutters, whatever FC stands for, fastballs,
Probably
sinks,
a cut
and
fastball.
sliders. Zero of those samples checked out for those pitches. The sinker,
For Musgrove?
yeah, the sinker point zero, no 0.1% checked out um, for one of them. I forgot whether median was first or mean was first. He threw 100 fastballs. So I took a sample. I took 100,000 samples of 100 fastballs, and zero of those samples checked out. That's incredibly suspicious. Cutters, 61 cutters in the postseason. 100,000 samples of 61 cutters. None of them checked out. So it's incredibly suspicious from Joe Musgrove. I'm not saying he was cheating. I'm just saying there's something
I
going on
am.
that doing that. Paddington, you're gonna get us sued. Um, he's kidding, y'all. He's kidding.
I'm
Um,
not kidding at all.
he's literally kidding. 52
No, I'm
sliders,
not.
zero checked out. So yeah, really suspicious. Let's just go back to the free agents, please.
All right.
Um,
Catch your free agents: Christian Vasquez, Wilson Contreras. It's pretty much all
Contreras
I
is
care
questionable.
about. I think Contreras goes to the Astros. I do,
Did you
but I
hear
also
about the deal that got shot down?
yeah, I sent it to you, man.
Well, I said it first.
But I was the one that sent it.
No, but yeah, but okay. Anyways, um,
So what
you
happened? I
believe?
sent it like an hour before you said it, but it just didn't send for some
Mm-hmm.
reason.
No, I sent it an hour before I actually sent it. It just that didn't send either. That's what happened. You know.
So yeah, Instagram was down for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. So,
Oh, I was kidding.
I mean,
I
Instagram was actually down though.
uh, um, can you believe it? I mean, like looking back now, we can still get Wilson Contreras and still keep Jose Urquidy. But I
I mean, to
cannot
be
believe
fair, Jose Urquidy sucks. So I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Just,
Jose. I love you. He said that, not me. We're homies, Jose. He took a picture of me. Just saying. So Speaking of taking a picture of the Astros players, nobody told me Luis Garcia speaks English. I was I was like,
I don't
oh,
know how you didn't know that.
Luis, photo. I was trying to speak Spanish to him, like por favor, and then he speaks English. It was the worst thing ever. But
Anyways,
yeah,
back to catchers. I
I can't
think
believe that got shut down. I would have made that
I,
trade and given up.
oh, Gary Sanchez is a free agent.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
I love Gary Sanchez. He gave me a
Anyways,
baseball.
I think Christian Vasquez is a Met. I really do.
You should take him. He's like James McCann.
I mean, he's better than James McCann.
He
And
was
knowing
kind of
me
buzzing
saying
with us.
that, he's just going to be horrible.
He was kind of buns with us towards the end of the year, to be honest. Both him and Trey were both kind of buns with us.
To be fair, Dusty Baker used him like 1 out of every 100 games. So.
Which is why he should not get an offer to return this year. But from what I'm hearing, he
Speaking of
will.
Trey Mancini is a Met too. So
Trey Mancini is a neutral option, unfortunately.
yeah, he
I
can
think he's
mutually
gonna.
come to the Mets too.
I think he's gonna exercise it. So, so it's up to the Astros whether they want to keep him. You know what's dumb though? James Click might not be the Astros GM next year. Like, there's some reports that Jim Crane was not happy with him.
Yeah, he's
If the
not happy because
Astros
he's
lose,
using analytics, right?
yeah, he's an old head. Jim Crane. There's three people I could think of who I'd rather have instead of James Click. Three people in this whole world. One of them is me.
Oh.
The other one is I can't say who the other one is, but um, he used to be with the Astros. That's all I could say. And okay, four people. Another one is Oz Ocampo, the guy who's now assistant GM with the Marlins. He basically signed all those international players that took us to the World Series. And then the last one's Alex Anthopoulos, because I love Alex Anthopoulos. He's amazing.
But he's not leaving Atlanta, so
Well, he should.
he's
But
never going to.
the only one realistic, to be honest, that might actually replace James Click is me. So I don't see that happening though. At the
I
same
mean,
time,
I'm sure we can make a trade Billy Epler for James Click 1-for-1.
I'm pretty sure we don't want that. But that might actually happen. Like, it's so stupid. I don't know how. I don't know how any sane person can say we don't want James Click. Let's talk about James Click. I know you don't know much about him because you're not an Astros fan. He
I
did
mean, I
have a
know
rough
of
go
him.
for a little bit, but if he does leave the Astros, I'm just gonna take this time to talk about how great he was. He absolutely fleeced the Mariners when he took Rafael Montero and Kendall Graveman and gave away Abraham Toro. I don't know what the Mariners were thinking, but that was an amazing
I have an
trade.
Abraham Toro baseball card. That's all I
Well,
wanted to add to the conversation.
he's kind of buns. I would have burned it. Um,
Oh.
he drafted Tyler Whitaker, who was expected to go higher, but just because he was in high school, it wasn't expected that we would sign him. We did sign him. We got him because we lost our two draft picks in the beginning, but it doesn't matter. And then this year in the draft, he took a bunch of college players just so that he could take Ryan Clifford towards the end, give him a huge signing bonus, and keep him because Ryan Clifford had a Vanderbilt commitment. So he was basically like nobody thought he was going to leave that. James Click got him to leave that. James Click signed Jordan to that 6-year extension. James Click signed Ryan Presley to an extension. The trades didn't go too well in the deadline, but that's between him and those two. I think James Click is an amazing GM. If the Yankees somehow get rid of Brian Cashman, the Yankees signing James Click would be a match made
I don't
in.
think the Yankees are smart enough to do that.
Well, I don't think the Astros are smart enough to keep him.
With the least most respect, obviously. I don't think the Yankees are smart enough to do that.
Yeah, the Yankees. Dude, let's talk about the LCS a little bit, actually. Just because I'm loving the run that we went on. Did anyone expect a sweep like that? Because I did
I
not.
did.
That was the most anticlimactic.
I mean, I expected it to be closer, obviously, but I expected a sweep.
It was It was so bad that I told you to go to the game. It was $20 for Game 4. I wanted my sister to go there, but she had exams, so she couldn't.
I
I
forgot what
had
I was
exams
doing.
too. I would have gone. Watching the Astros for $20 in postseason against the Yankees, that's an amazing
Not even
experience.
watching the Astros clinch.
Yeah. The ceremony itself would have been worth $20. And there's a free game on top of that. So that was so anticlimactic. The Yankees fans, for what, 21, 3 years, were like, oh, once we get you, we're going to get you. They got no hit. They got swept in three separate series, if you think about it, because there was a one game series and then 2 game series, and then the ALCS. And then in 2021, they let Altuve walk off against them again. It's not a rivalry anymore. The Astros don't have a rivalry with anyone except the Mariners, maybe. Um, and I think moving forward, okay, I'm not trying to end up like that Mets dude, so I'm not gonna say anything. I think the best team in the AL though is the Houston Astros. Not saying they're gonna win the
I
AL
think
every
the
year.
best team in
Maybe not.
baseball is the Houston Astros.
That's facts in my opinion. But like moving forward in the AL, I think it's a very safe bet. Not a sure bet. The AL is not over, but it's a pretty safe bet to say your 1 and 2 in the AL are the Houston Astros
All right,
and the Seattle
let's
Mariners.
hypothetically say next year around spring training, Astros to win the AL is at least plus 1,000. I'd put my money on that.
I'll
That's
put
what I'll
hundred
say on
dollars
that.
on that. I'll put $100 on that. Actually, I don't bet because I'm not trying to lose $100 at the same time. But I'll put $100 on that. Uh, are you even old enough to vote? Or not vote? Bet.
Next year, August 19th.
Okay, so don't, guys, he's kidding. He's not gonna put $100 on the
All
Astros.
right,
He could not. He legally
let's say
cannot do
let's
this.
say August 20th. If Astros to win
He
the
legally
AL
cannot do this.
is at plus 1,000, I'd put my money on that.
Okay, there we go. Uh, oh, Martin Maldonado is a free agent.
Yeah, you
They
don't
had
have
a
a
vesting
catcher.
option. I thought he was a vesting option. I thought he. Dude,
Doesn't matter. He's mid anyways.
I hope he's gone. Can we talk about Martin Maldonado using illegal bats?
I
Martin, what
mean,
are you
I
doing?
don't know why it was illegal. That's what's confusing me. I mean, I didn't
It's
read the article, but
it's because like the way it shatters is very dangerous. So he was trying to kill Aaron Nola, which
I mean, I would too. But the Mets already did that.
guys, he's kidding. He is
I'm not.
kidding.
I'm not kidding at all. Look at the stats.
Xander Bogarts, I think he could be a Met to be honest. Um,
I don't think Bogart. I think Bogart is going to the Braves, in my opinion. My honest opinion.
I
Trey
think the
Turner.
Braves don't have that money, like I've been
You'll be
saying.
surprised. It's Alex
I
Anthopoulos.
won't be surprised. I literally have a source in the Braves. Like what?
You'll be surprised. It's Alex Anthopoulos. Okay. Anyways,
No,
Trey
but
Turner. Trey
hey,
Turner is either
Alex,
going to
Alex,
St.
hire
Louis
me.
or the Xander Bogaerts. I feel like he's either going back to Boston or he's going to Atlanta.
I don't think the Boston are. I don't think the Red Sox are getting anything in the near future.
I mean, they're getting an extension for Rafael Devers. That's what they're getting.
They're gonna say that, and they're gonna try to lowball him. I think he's gonna bet on himself.
I mean, they have been trying to lowball him, but
Yeah, he is. Who needs a third baseman in the up and coming years?
the Mets, because Escobar's out after this year.
Okay, he's a Met then. I could, I could see the thing about the Mets is I could see anyone going to the Mets,
Yeah,
and I could still see them losing right away.
I
Like,
do
dude,
too.
Paddington.
I feel like
I
the
I
Mets
had
could win
faith in the Mets
120
this
games and
year.
still not win the division.
I
It's
had
crazy.
I trusted the Mets this year. I thought they were actually going to go far. I thought they were going to be the NL East that took us down this year. They were literally my NL team. And you guys betrayed me by losing to the Padres.
I mean, to be fair, after they made the wild card, I did say the Mets are either winning the World Series or losing in the wild card. So
Well, I don't even know. Like, how does that even happen? Just be like the Astros. Don't lose to a bad team. Pretend like 2021 never happened or 2019. Jose Abreu,
I feel
36.
like I do feel
Very
like he's a top candidate for a DH as the Mets or the Cardinals. Honestly, one or the other.
Abreu.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Okay, the thing about Abreu is that this dude is old, but he's not slowing down at all. Um, the White Sox are not expected to pick him up. He had a 137 weighted runs created plus last year. That's better than 2021. I want him to sign with the Astros because we desperately need a first baseman.
By the
But
way,
if
if
we
you're
don't, we
keeping
can
up with
take
Twitter,
Josh
John
Bell from
Heyman is
there.
very late.
Huh?
If you're keeping up with Twitter, John Heyman is very late.
Yeah, no, he's never
He just
announced.
tweeted about Anthony Rizzo opting out.
I have as many sources as John Heyman. I hope you know this. Like this is not. I'm
I
not
think you have more
exaggerating.
sources than John Heyman.
I probably do. Like it's not even exaggeration. Um, by the way, the fact that I even have a source is pretty freaking cool. It's so weird seeing like all these videos now of like people are like, oh, the Braves are staying, or I really hope Dansby signs. The Braves are getting the Mets, or not the Mets. The Braves are getting DeGrom.
The
And
Braves are getting the Mets, by the way.
they
Somebody
got
needs
the
to
Mets in
quote that.
2022. Okay, they literally own you guys. Sadly, um,
The only team that won the season series against the Mets, by the way, other than the Astros and the Cubs.
yeah, we swept. You guys didn't win a single game against the Astros. I thought the
I
Mets
mean,
were
we
gonna
would
beat
have
them.
won a game if it wasn't for Jason Gash.
Well, just tell your pitchers not to give up an absolute bomb to a negative three
I'll
weighted
tell
runs
Drew
created
Smith
plus
to
player.
opt out of his contract next year.
Oh, is he still? Wait, was he? I didn't hear much of him afterwards. Was he playing still?
I
Or did
mean,
he get hurt?
he got. I'm pretty sure he had a phantom injury after that game, and then he was good once he came back.
To be honest, after giving up a home run to a negative three weighted runs created plus player, I would have a phantom injury too. Okay,
Hey,
actually, I
it
forgot
boosted
to
him to
mention
an
something.
11 WRC plus.
Huh?
It boosted him to an 11 WRC plus.
That's 14 points. That's insane for one hit. You guys should take him. 11. That's pretty good, right? Is that better than James McCann? It might be.
Surprisingly,
But
no.
speaking of Carlos Correa at first, I did a poll on Twitter asking Astros fans if Carlos Correa even gets a call from the Astros. 30 votes, 93.3% no. And I'm pretty sure it would have been 100%, but it was like 20 to nothing. And then I commented, I'm gonna need at least one person to vote yes, so this doesn't look dumb. Thank you. So Houston kind of they have an idea of what they think of Carlos Correa.
I just voted on it and I voted no, by the way.
I don't know why you would do that, but see now that makes the whole graphic. Like, when I screenshot later, it's not gonna match what I said. So I don't know why you would screw me over like that. To be honest, just kidding. Okay, what else? We have.
We didn't
Uh,
even talk about a main topic, Brandon Nimmo.
oh, he's an Astro.
No, he's not even
Hey,
that.
can I just mention how much I was cooking with that Chaz McCormick Brandon Nimmo thing? I mean,
That
let's
trade was that. You're lucky we're PG, or else I would say some very choice words.
no that trade was amazing because Chaz McCormick, again, one of baseball's best defenders, again a solid center fielder. 4 more years of team control.
Yeah.
If I'm the Mets, I would do that.
Well, let's go back to some trades that Gordon made.
No, let's not do
Jeff
that.
McNeil for Garrett Crochet and a player to be named later.
That player to be named later was Tim Anderson. Okay.
Brandon Nimmo for Chas McCormick, Peter Solomon, and a player to be named later.
To be honest, you guys should not have taken like it should have just been one for one. To be honest, I'm dead serious. Chaz McCormick for 4 years would have been worth more than Brandon Nimmo for 1 year. I'm dead serious. I was cooking. We would have lost that trade. To be honest with you, how many game-saving World Series catches does he have? Brandon Nimmo.
He has a season-saving catch. That's all that matters.
Well,
And
it's not. It's
you're
not
also
World
acting
Series.
like Castellanos is a hard out to get. He's not.
It was JT
So
Realmuto, actually. Unfortunate.
I know. Even if JT had said that, well, Castellanos is an easy out. So it really doesn't matter.
I think this was the day. No, okay. I don't want to make that joke, but yeah, great trade in
It,
my
it, wa-
opinion.
it was the day, by the way.
Um,
It
Brandon
was
Nimmo.
either the day or the day after.
I think it was the day after, or I don't. We don't have to talk about it. Are there
I
any
mean,
other
if you know
trades?
what we're implying, you should know. What?
Are there any other trades that I did? Dude, our own graphics are kind of cooking.
No.
Not gonna lie.
From
Our
what I
graphics are
know,
heat.
no.
Um, yeah. So I was cooking with that trade. I mean, you guys were watching. Would you guys do that trade? Chaz McCormick for Brandon Nimmo last year. 1 year Brandon Nimmo. Brandon Nimmo did great, by the way. I expected that. But Chaz McCormick for 3 extra years, cheap, and now he's gonna be an Astro. Like you might as well just take Chaz McCormick. You know. And I think was this his first season ever staying healthy?
No, he did it in 2018, I think. 2017, something like that.
No idea. Oh yeah, wait. Michael Conforto.
He's not signing with any team anytime soon. He's playing on the Long Island Ducks next year. That's where he's going. He's gonna have a
I
heated
thought the
rivalry with the Staten
Astros.
Island Ferry Hawks.
I thought the House was going to sign him last second. To be honest, there's nothing really else to say. I think. Are there any other players? Brandon Drury.
Um, he's not that big. He's probably gonna sign with like the Red Sox or some random thing.
Uh, respect my former only connection to a major league player.
No, how about that?
He was amazing. Okay. Uh, yeah. Outfitters. Let's look at that. Oh yeah. Oh no. Let's talk
Michael
about awards.
Brantley.
Michael
Award.
Brantley is probably be an Astro.
Let me
Maybe
pull
not.
up the finalists.
After
I'll
that,
just go then by how MLB tweeted it. So, AL MVP is obviously probably going to be Judge.
respect Jordan. Hey, I'm just
I'm, I'm,
saying.
I'm not I'm not disrespecting Jordan
I'm
by
just
any means, but
saying.
it's probably going to be
I
Judge.
saw someone just yesterday pick Vanessa Hudgens over Haley Steinfeld. I can see voters after that. I can see voters picking Jordan Alvarez over Aaron Judge because
I think it's unanimous.
in my opinion, Vanessa Hudgens over Haley Steinfeld is more egregious than Jordan Alvarez over Aaron Judge. And I think Otani still has a chance.
Anyways, NL MVP: Paul
Like,
Goldschmidt, Machado, Arenado.
it's probably
If Lindor doesn't get hurt by that door, he probably wins it. But things
Lindor.
happen.
I think you're overestimating Lindor. To be very honest with you,
I'm not overestimating anything.
I really think you are. I don't think his offense
I'm
is
not.
up to par with the others.
His offense was amazing. He had a career year.
He had a career year, but it was still kind of. It
I
was
don't
good,
care.
but it wasn't. It wasn't MVP good.
I don't
Let's
care. NL Rookie of the Year:
calm
Brendan
down. What
Donovan,
team
Michael
said
Harris, or Spencer Strider.
Spencer Strider? Because the only news that I've ever broke was Spencer Strider signing that extension. Which, by the way, y'all, Paddington and my timestamps can confirm. I had that a whole night before.
I think so. I don't remember though.
Yeah,
Then
that
again, I really didn't care. So
was the coolest
Michael,
moment of my life.
I think it's going to Michael Harris. So Michael Harris was more
I have no
consistent.
idea. I think he has good numbers too. So I'm gonna go
Might as
Strider
well.
to disagree
Might
with
as
you.
well just go back to the AL Rookie of the Year: Juan
Oh yeah, let's
Academy,
talk about
Julio
this.
Rodriguez, or Adley Rutschman.
A lot of Astros fans were upset that Jeremy Pena wasn't nominated. I don't think you guys realize how mid Jeremy Pena was in the regular season. Dude had a 103 weighted runs created plus. That he was basically 2021 Dansby Swanson, except he actually
He
played
almost
big
killed
leagues.
Jordan.
Um, I have no idea who that is. Oh, he almost killed. Oh, I thought you said he was, and then some other name. I was like, what? Yeah. So, and I don't think you guys realize how good J Rod Rudgman were. I don't know if Quan was actually that good, but
Respect Quan Academy, please.
just those two were amazing. I to this day I sometimes go back to my old videos and watch the Adley Rudgman home run off Alec Manoah. Yeah, Quan had 124 weighted runs created plus. It was pretty good. I mean, it was amazing. Rudgman, for his position, I think Rudgman is on a higher level just because catchers nowadays aren't very good. But J Rod in 3 years is going to be the best player in baseball, I think. Dude's 21, posting a 147 weighted runs created plus with elite speed and elite defense. And the only thing he's lacking right now is plate discipline.
And a
And
World Series appearance.
well, he had to face the Astros, so um, and I honestly think that plate discipline is something that comes naturally in the majors because it's such a different vibe from the minor leagues. So in 3 years, that's going to come naturally for him. In the beginning of his career, he was getting screwed over by outside calls. Once that comes to him, and I think it's going to come automatically, J Rod's going to be J Rod might already be the most well-rounded player in baseball. He's going to be the best player in baseball in 3 years, in my opinion. He is that good. He is that guy. I've been super high on him since before. I mean, I knew he was great. Like everyone else was hyping him up, but I just want Pat pull up his weighted runs created plus really quick. Just because I want to read something that I wrote in December 5th of 2021. Pull it up and I'll read the thing to you, or I'll read it right now, and um, then you tell me later on because I don't have it with me right now.
146.
146.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I'll read this part of the article that I wrote last year. The most obvious flaw in using last year's analytics is that the Mariners didn't have two key outfielders in 2021 that they'll be expecting to have in 2022. Kyle Lewis, the 2020 AL Rookie of the Year, missed a huge chunk of last season due to an injury, and though he wasn't having an impressive start in posting a 107 weighted runs created plus, his two earlier seasons, along with his 2021 xWOBA, show that he'll be back to an around 120 weighted runs created plus player in 2022. Don't pull it up. He was injured, so
That's the first thing I pulled up. He played.
don't knock me on
That's
that.
62 plate appearances and 56 WRC
Don't
plus
pull it up.
one
Don't pull
negative
it. He was
0.44.
he was hurt. Okay, he was hurt. But this is the good part. The biggest impact that had zero effect on 2021 is top prospect Julio Rodriguez.
Julio Rodriguez back.
Uh, Rodriguez has been an absolute monster in the minor leagues. If you throw the ball to him, you're making a mistake. Rodriguez's numbers have been off the charts at every level. There is not one season and level where Rodriguez has a weighted runs created plus below 145. If you remove 2019, if you remove the 2019 he had in single A, then change that 145 to a 160. This dude will be an issue for any and all major league pitchers. I fully expect him to give the Mariners their second Rookie of the Year in 3 seasons in 2021 and 2022. I meant to put, while posting a weighted runs created plus from around 130 to 145. I was off by one. J Rod is that guy. J Rod is not only going to win Rookie of the Year, he's going to win MVP in the next 3 years. And he's going to be the best player in baseball. So the Mariners signing that 14-year contract with him. Props to Jerry Dipoto. I love when teams sign their youngsters to just skip team control and just lock them up for a long time. That's what the Mariners
I
did.
don't. I have to
So,
deal with it every day.
what?
You
The
know.
Mets are buns, all right.
No,
Oh,
no,
because of
I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, I'm talking about Austin Riley. You know,
yeah, no, but
Michael Harris.
the thing is, Alex Anthopoulos is just different. So I mean, I can't
He
even.
might
I gotta
sign my
respect
son
this.
before he's even born.
I, I mean, I don't think your son's really good enough, but I'm just kidding.
Excuse me.
Um, Cy Young, Dylan Cease, Justin Verlander, Alec Manoah,
Probably Verlander
probably
again.
Verlander. NL Cy Young, Sandy Alcantara, Max Fried, Julio Urias. We know who it is.
Yeah,
Manager of the Year, AL Manager of the Year, Brandon Hyde, Scott Service, Terry Francona. I'm gonna be honest,
probably
I
Scott
hate
Service.
Scott Service with all my guts. Dude is such a wannabe like goody two shoes, but he has like beef with every single team in baseball somehow. I hate him. Brandon Hyde, he did great. I think it's either between Francona or Hyde. Um, I think
I
just
think it's
because
Scott
Francona
Service.
actually brought his team. No, it's not Service. Unfortunately,
I
Service
think it's
got a
Scott
good
Service.
team. I think people like. I think people are kind of overestimating Scott Service just because. I mean, he did good with
He
left.
brought this team from nothing. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
He really didn't though. Like the team was
He
expected to
did.
win the division. They came back like over 10 games behind, and the
Doesn't
only
matter.
reason why he got hype is because the Mariners sucked in the beginning of the year, and then they came back, but they still were like over 10 games behind. Scott Service is overrated. Last year he was good. This year he's overrated. Terry Francona. I mean, who expected the Guardians to win? I thought the Twins were getting it, or the White Sox. Or in the beginning of the year, I
I
thought it
mean,
was the White
nobody,
Sox, and then I thought it
no
was
one
the Twins.
expected the White Sox to be middle of the mid.
Yeah, well, that's because Terry Francona. Um, wait, what was the Guardians record against the White Sox? That's probably really good.
Oh, like
So
14 and like -2.
yeah, so good for the Guardians. Terry Francona is my pick for AL Manager of the Year. And then
You should know my pick for NL Manager of the Year.
yeah, Dave Roberts, right?
No, I will never respect Dave Roberts in my life.
That's kind of. I mean, that's.
I mean, when you say before the season you're going to win the World Series, you better win the World Series. Sorry to tell you.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But the playoffs aren't part of Manager of the Year,
Well, he
and the
flat out
Dodgers.
said the Dodgers are going to win the World Series in
Yeah, but I'm saying like
2023.
when you're voting for Manager of the Year, it doesn't include the playoffs, and that's when they choked. The Dodgers in the regular season were absolutely unstoppable.
I mean, you got to admit that they have the NL All Star team on their team. So if they didn't win at least 110 games, it's a disappointment.
I'm just saying like, um,
So
I would say it goes to Brian Snitker, just because
I think it's between Showalter and Snicker too.
I think it's the guy who won the division and came
I
back.
I, I think it's Buck Showalter
I
just
don't,
because
I don't think
he
it's the
brought, he
dude
brought
who
another
won the lead.
aspect to the team.
I don't. I
If,
think
if,
the
if you
Mets
think about it,
with
if
their
we have Luis
payroll.
Rojas as a manager, we win like 4 games maybe.
I don't know about that. I like
Uh,
Luis Rojas.
oh,
I
I,
think
I
he
know
was just
about that
used
though.
as a
I didn't.
scapegoat. I think it's just because the Mets were buns last year. That's why.
I don't think that's the reason at
I
all.
mean, the same thing happened. Luis Rojas, his Mets team was winning the division for a good majority of the time, and then they lost. Same thing happened this year with Buck Showalter. I think it goes to Brian, to be honest with you.
I think it goes in favor of Snicker, but I think, in my honest opinion, I think Showalter should win it.
Your honest opinions, dead
My
wrong.
honest opinion, yeah. My
Um,
honest opinion's never wrong
you guys had like
because
the
it's an
highest
opinion.
payroll and then lost. So
Dodgers had the
I don't.
highest payroll.
You guys not only you guys. No way. Did they actually? Not the Mets beat them.
Because they had Freeman. It's the only
Yeah, maybe
reason.
you guys started yeah, they lost Freeman and they still won the division. All I'm saying is, maybe Buck isn't that guy. I mean, he's a fun
Buck
guy.
is that guy, man.
Dude, wait, hold on. 2022. It was the Mets. You're a liar. The Mets had $7 million more.
No, I don't
You're a
believe you.
liar. But yeah,
Am I
uh,
staring at it right now? Yes, but I still don't believe you.
see, I knew that. But yeah, y'all, this is such a long podcast. Like, I got an assignment due tomorrow.
It's only an hour
Um,
and 30 minutes. It's fine.
Thank y'all for watching. We'll be back when there's next news, maybe next year. I enjoyed this though. I enjoy making podcasts from my computer instead of my laptop. Um, be sure to, I don't know, subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, HLM07. Follow Paddington on Twitter because my tweets get me in trouble, so I don't want you guys actually looking at my tweets. Um, but yeah, I'll
At
see
Nyquil too, by
y'all.
the way.
What?
At Nyquil too. Just plugging myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Follow me on TikTok too. I want to hit 1,000 so I can go live. Sniper pad, obviously. No.
I need TikTok to stop being a and start letting me go live again. There's no
I
way.
don't think
Like,
that's gonna get
dude,
you banned. I'm sorry to tell you.
all I did was say that Kate Upton should divorce Justin Verlander and marry me. Huh?
I'm gonna need a lawyer for
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
just said.
yeah. We might we might lose the podcast too now. But yeah, TikTok, be freaking for real. But yeah, thanks. Sorry, I'm so tired. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all next year.